Hello, everyone. I'm back again. I just recorded the Sue episode because I forgot to record it yesterday, but excuse me. I'm recording the Rob boot episode today. So, stage is set. We have the new challenge. Ravu is looking for a win. Even though they're the more active tribe, they keep on losing, which I find interesting. They are, I'd say every challenge they have like 7 people on, and then Moto has like 5 or 4, and then Moto still pulls out the dub. But we've seen in the past that the only challenge that Moto can lose is the puzzle challenge, and today has sprung a different type of puzzle on him, the slide puzzle. And Moto again has less people than Ravu participating, and this time it makes sense because Ravu wins the challenge, 2-0. The challenge was you had to complete the puzzle and 2 people had to send it in, and Ravu sent both puzzles before Moto could even send one, which is pretty crazy. Not really. Anyway, here's how the vote went. This was the longest strategizing this season. The challenge was at 4. It was over by like, I don't know. It was over by like 4:10, maybe 4:15. No, it was like 4:10. It was over by like 4:10. And it took until, gosh, it took until like 8 o'clock for everything to be done with. So it took like 4 hours of strategizing. However, like when Ravu loses, it's kind of like a bomb that drops in terms of strategizing, and everyone just scrambles like for 40 minutes or so. This time it was more of like a slow kind of strategy where half the people would go on and talk, but then the person they're talking to wasn't on, so then they had to wait for that person to respond, and then when the other half got on, the other half was off. So it was back and forth for like 4 hours, them deciding. And okay, I actually have some stuff to say about this because Moto is honestly the more interesting tribe. There's more people trying to, I don't know. There's more like big strategizers. Oh my god, strategizers on Moto. On Ravu, there's like Adam, and then Sean is like his sidekick. But other than that, there's Ozzy, but he like isn't really playing. He isn't like booming yet, as I expect that he's either gonna like win or go out in flames. That's Ozzy. He hasn't done any of that yet, but he will soon. So really on Ravu, only Adam is like the big strategic mind. Besides Tommy. But on Moto, it's like you have Corinne, Hayden, Matt. They're all big on strategy. That's only 3, but like those 3 people are like they're smart at strategy. So let's get into it. We have a 5-person alliance. Okay. Oh man, I have a lot to say. Okay, 5-person alliance of Corinne, Hayden, Matt, Hope, and Alicia. They're the 5. This 5 is the Queen's Alliance, which was Hope, Alicia, and Corinne. And then Corinne made a final 2 alliance with Hayden, and Matt was kind of close to all of them, so he joined too. So this is a strong 5-person alliance, and at this point the tribe has 10 people, so that's half. This is a very interesting alliance to me because Corinne knows that Alicia and Hope aren't like the brightest minds. They're kind of just there at this point. They think that they kind of know exactly what's going on, but I think they kind of get like a dumbed down version of the plan, and then Hayden and Corinne kind of make up the plan, and then Matt, he thinks he's like, working behind closed doors, but there's like another door that he hasn't walked behind yet that Corinne and Hayden are sitting at. So that's how it's working. It's like Hayden and Corinne are in the back room. Then they're gonna open a door to tell Matt, but he thinks that room is the last room. But then Alicia and then after they go out of that room, then it's like Alicia and Hope are sitting there waiting for the plan. However, they've made it in a way where Alicia and Hope, I think they think that they're working on the plan too. Anyway, that's the 5-person alliance. Of course, that leaves 5 other people. That's Dan, Ramona, Rob, Sean R, and Yule. And here's what's going on with that 5. They are scrambled, honestly. Yule is really close with Matt, but Yule is not included in that 5 alliance, and Matt has not told Yule about that 5 alliance. Yule, Sean R, and Dan all know each other in real life. That is 3 people that are never going to vote differently. Even though they did night one, that was due to some weird circumstances, and it didn't matter. Like, from now on, they are going to vote the same. Sean R., Dan, and Yule are going to vote the same every time, even if it's against, like, Matt or Corinne, anyone. They are going to vote the same every time. And they are a 3. Like, that's the tightest 3 you can possibly have in this game because they know each other. You have them 3, and then you have Rob and Ramona, which used to be... They go back in, like, the history of my games. They both played in early seasons together multiple times, I think. And they used to work together a lot, but this time, Rob, at this point in the game, him and Ramona, I would say, are kind of the most inactive people. I mean, Dan, you could say that too, but, like, he does some talking, whatever. I'd say the most inactive people right now at this point are Rob, Sean R., Dan, Ramona. But there's a lot of people left. Some people I just forget about, like Rick Devon's on Ravu and Joe. Even though they're in the strategy talks a lot, I'm pretty much ignoring them right now because they're not the biggest names that are playing right now. Not in terms of, like, popularity, just in terms of, like, who's making the decisions. Like, Rick Devons and Joe are not making the decisions, and they're not, like, completely dumb like Tommy. So I'm not paying much attention to them right now. But once it gets to the merge, I'm going to be paying attention to everyone, knowing everyone's game. At this point, though, I'm not too keen on what Rick is doing or Joe. I mean, I know Joe's in the Four Horsemen, but whatever. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Back to Moto. Back to the tribal. I'm going. Okay, 5. It's 5. You got the 5-person alliance with Corinne, and then you have the other 5 people. If the other 5 people were smart, they would kind of realize that there's a 5-person alliance that they're not in, and they would get together and vote against that 5. But they don't really realize that because they're scrambled. They just don't know what the dynamics are. They think that it's kind of like a everyman game, when really it's still like there's a huge alliance in their tribe. So they're not going to band together. So that's what's going on with the tribe alliances. But within the I'm not even gonna call that 5 an alliance. I'm just gonna call, like, when I say the alliance, I mean Corinne, Alicia, Hope, Hayden, and Matt. That's the alliance. So within the alliance, Corinne and Hayden are making the decisions, like I previously said. And here's their decision making in this episode. So, okay, first off, Sean, I know I just said I was going to talk about the alliance, but I'm going to Sean. Sean is talking with someone. It might be Matt, or I don't know. And he's like, okay, I guess it's Alicia, right? Like, Alicia is pretty much just the name at this point that's going to get thrown out. It's like, as the easy vote. The easy vote is Alicia. Alicia circulates around the tribe, and a few people write her name down at first. But then, gosh, I'm not exactly sure how it turned, but Matt, or like Hayden or Corinne, switched it to Rob. I think I'm not sure. It could have been Alicia or Hope. I'm not exactly sure on this, but it got switched to Rob somehow. And this was such a long time of people just like talking to each other about, wait, can we trust this person? Can we trust that person? Do we have enough votes for Rob? Like, is it going to be a 5-5 deadlock? Because the big alliance of 5 thinks that the other 5 are on another alliance, even though they're not. They're just scrambled. They're going to do whatever the majority does. So that's the flaw with this alliance right now, is that they think that they're like up against another team, but they're not. They have a 5-person alliance with followers that they can vote off at any time. And Corinne and Hayden don't trust Matt, like, fully. Even though Matt is like the third in command, they're like, oh my gosh, Matt is not to be trusted. We don't, like, he's kind of annoying and we don't trust him that much. They are completely wrong on that. Matt is fully with them. Even though he's good and he can sway people, they need that at this point. They need, like, a person like that, because I don't see Matt flipping on Corinne and Hayden anytime soon at all. Like, in my opinion, he's going to go to the end. He's planning on going to the end with Hayden and Corinne. And Corinne and Hayden want to vote him out, and that's a bad move. But that hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. However, Matt has found out from Sean that Sean, Yule, and Dan all know each other in real life. That's a terrible move by Sean. I might have already talked about this, but that is a terrible move by Sean to tell Matt that there's a threesome in the tribe that knows each other in real life. That is a horrendous move. Like, terrible, 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 terrible move that Sean did. And I thought Matt was going to kind of keep it quiet, especially because he's close with Yule. Yule in this game is closest with Matt. So I thought that since Matt knew Yule, he was gonna like kind of keep it quiet to protect Yule. But he is telling everyone. It's kind of funny at this point. Matt is telling so many, like, I think the whole tribe knows at this point. Maybe not Ramona. Actually, she probably does. Yeah, I think everyone knows at this point on the tribe that Dan, Sean, and Yule know each other. And Sean, Yule, and Dan only think that Matt knows. Actually, Dan doesn't even know. Matt told Yule that Sean told him about the threesome. But I don't think Dan knows any of this because they're not talking too much since they know each other in real life. They can just talk to each other. But yeah, Yule and Dan's game are screwed at this point because of the knowledge that Matt learned from Sean and is now spreading around the tribe. So now that brings us to the tribal, in which everyone flipped the vote to Rob because I don't even know why they wanted to vote Rob. I think it's just because he's not part of the alliance and he's like he's useless. I mean, I'm not useless, but like there's no reason to keep him. It was an okay move. Like, it was an okay move by Corinne and Hayden to vote off Rob, but it's okay. But considering that they know that Dan, Sean, and Yule are a threesome, it was a terrible move to vote off Rob. Because they could have easily voted off Sean, Yule, or Dan. Like, I don't get that. It's like they were so... Everyone's like pitter-pattering around in the alliance chats. They're like... It's like someone will say something, and it'll be like a bomb of of a question or like of info. Like, someone will say... someone will say to Hayden or Corinne, like, wait, doesn't Dan, Sean, and Yule know each other? And like, I'm like, oh man, that bomb just got dropped. Like, one of them's going home. Like, because if someone mentions that and you get reminded of that, you're like, those are the people you want to take out. Because none of those people are in Corinne's alliance. That's obviously going to be the person that you're going to take out. One of those people that know each other. But then it gets skimmed over. It's like someone will say that, and then the next response doesn't have anything to do with that question. I'm just so annoyed. I'm like, oh my god, why are you still voting off Rob when you know that there's 3 people outside of your alliance that know each other? It's semi-annoying me. I'm not actually annoyed at this game. I'm just annoyed that these people could have done a much better move and they didn't, and they might get screwed in this game because of it. Because now, like, obviously the 5 has numbers now because it's 5 to 4 at this point, but it's not really 5 to 4. It's pretty much just 5 and 4. You know, the 4 other people aren't going to team up. So what we're looking at now is they voted off Rob, and it's the alliance of 5, and then we have Sean, Yule, Ramona, and Dan. But Corinne, in my talks with her in our private DM, she says that she wants to get rid of Matt soon because she knows that he has power in this game. And that's like a good idea at the merge. Like, in my opinion right now, there's no reason to get rid of Matt. Like, I think Matt is one of the most necessary people to your I guess I shouldn't be talking strictly to Corinne at this point. I'm talking to all these viewers. At this point in the game, Matt is crucial to the alliance because he's close to Yule, and Yule Matt is Yule's number 1. So Yule's going to tell Matt anything about anything that he hears, essentially. And then Matt can tell that to the alliance. And if you vote off Matt, you vote off your only connection to the outside world. Like, because Corinne, Alicia, Hope, and Hayden don't have any connection at all to Yule, Dan, or Ramona. They are opposites at this point. Matt is connected to both sides, which I get their point that is dangerous. But Matt is committed to the alliance. He's not committed to the other people. So that's where the confusion is that they think that he's playing both sides when in reality he just has a good connection with a lot of these people, but he's still going to be committed to the alliance. So I'm going to predict that actually Moto is going to lose one of these upcoming challenges, and Corinne's going to vote off Matt way too early, and then that's going to screw them again because they keep on forgetting that they know that Dan, Sean, and Yule are all in an like they all know each other. I don't get why that isn't more of a bomb. They're like, whenever someone brings it up, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's scary. I'm scared of that three-person like alliance that knows each other in real life." But then that's like it. They say that they're scared. But like that's who you need to take out right now instead of Rob. Rob is just a follower. He's gonna do whatever you tell him to. These three people, they're followers as well, but like they're a voting block. It's just I don't get why they didn't. I don't get why they voted off Rob instead of one of these three people. But I've said that enough at this point. That's what happened in this episode. Did anything happen on Review? Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. This just shows further more of the cluelessness of Tommy. Tommy, by the way, if you're watching this, please comment down below like why you do these things, cause I'm confused. I'm confused for you, dude. Anyway, in the Revu chat, they're sending the puzzles because they're doing the challenge, and they send both the puzzles. I say Revu wins immunity, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we did it, guys." Let's see. Okay, 4:03 p.m. I say Revu wins immunity, and then here's the chat. Like, good job, nice job, guys. Nice, that was close. Let's go. Dang, y'all were fast. Let's go. Great job, guys. Yes, a puzzle champs. Then Harrison, or not, I shouldn't call him by his real name. Tommy comes in the chat. You know Tommy. He comes in the chat and he says, "Are you guys done with the puzzles?" "Yeah, we won. We won." "Did you screenshot it?" "Yeah, we already won. LOL." Like, and then Tommy just kind of dips out. It's like, oh my god, Tommy, how do you not know that your own tribe won? How do you like go into the group chat and not look at what the previous people are saying? Like the whole group chat at this point is celebration. And he's like, "Did you guys screenshot it? Did you guys screenshot it?" It's like, oh my god, Tommy, what are you doing? Anyway, Tommy's clueless. If Ravu loses, Tommy's gonna go home. The four horsemen decided that Tommy's the biggest threat to their game because he's so clueless, and they're gonna vote off Tommy next. If Moto loses, if the alliance was smart, they would vote off either Dan, Yule, or Sean. But I think that Karina's getting ahead of herself. She's gonna vote off Matt, even though that she really shouldn't. And that's my prediction. So Matt is gonna get voted off next if Moto loses, and Tommy's gonna get voted off next if Ravu loses. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Wow. See you guys later.